This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.
Hello and welcome to the Triple M Pulling Truck Series. We're here at Richmond for some wonderful night racing ahead of us. I'm Peyton Hill, joined by Tyler Vickery with Austin Knight in the production booth, and you're here watching Racecraft TV. Before we get started, how do you feel about tonight, Tyler?
Exciting short track racing. Get ready for chaos, but I think this is going to be some great racing overall. Got a huge field tonight, and get ready for some battles throughout the entire field, front and back.
Yeah, that's definitely something we're gonna have to look out for. Is there's always some tight racing here at Richmond. Richmond makes for some great racing as well. Tires are always a big issue, and the increased banking as you go up the track makes it for some pretty good multi-groove racing. And I'm excited to see how this is gonna work out. We're here. I think they're qualifying at the moment. Maybe. Anyways, yeah, this is gonna be a great race. We have McKinnon at the top of the leaderboard at the moment for qualifying, and yeah, now we're looking at the 26 of Cody Knott coming around turn 2, possibly for his green flag heat lap.
Yeah, Cody Knott right now coming out of 4. Looks like here gets a good run, but a lot of these trucks, as you can just see there, Cody Knott getting a little loose. First time coming on the board with the 22.4. That's going to put him 18th quickest, but you can see already with how slippery this track is, as coming out of 4, it's very tough. You don't want to get on the gas too hard. If you get on the gas too hard, you're going to have really huge wheel spin as he pushing up the track and hits the outside wall, spins around, and into the inside pit wall.
Yeah, that was tough for Cody Knott. Let's see, I believe Jeffrey Sickles just pulled off his finishing lap there, pulling off P21 out of the qualifying time. But we are going to see a lot of people sliding out, as finding grip's going to be huge, as Blake Lothian is going to be coming across the line here in a second.
And does not improve, actually loses 2/10 of a second. It seems like the first laps is going to be your best lap, because it seems like right now second lap is not doing good. Gotta love the paint scheme, by the way, of the Texas Law Book on the truck today. Keith Bradley with the over-the-top paint scheme. Looks very nice on the broadcast, and I actually kind of like that paint scheme with both the front, the yellow stripes on the front, all the way around to the back.
So yeah, here's the 17 of Brandon Bullock. He's coming out pretty late in qualifying, pulling off his first lap here, puts him, actually that might have 27th off the thing. That is as far back as you can get. He might be going for that Southern Auto Glass Hard Charger Award that's given out every week for if you qualify and get the most positions up from your starting position, you pull off the Southern Auto Glass Hard Charger Award to charge through the field.
And it just seems like Brandon Bullock is having a very tough time, as his second lap was in the 23s. So I have to keep an eye on Brandon, see if he's able to make his way through the field.
Got the 94 of Eric Zimmerman. He was one to watch out for the past couple weeks. See how he does here at a short track.
Well, knowing from previous runs, he's had a very, very long year of struggles, I should say. So already right now improves to 22.6. Good enough for 26th currently. But already, I mean, just from what I can see, there is already a lot of improvement compared to last year.
Here we are getting ready for the race. Do you have anyone that you're looking out for, Tyler, from all these qualifying times?
There's a few that I can already can see. I think knowing how I've been in Austin can vouch for me on this. Usually, a lot of times the person I've picked has always ended up coming second. So I think what I'm gonna do, I kind of like this one driver right now, and I'm gonna take a chance on Michael Adamson. He's starting in ninth, but I think he can be able to work his way through the field and get the win. Hopefully, get the win. But things can happen.
Yeah, see, for me, I gotta go with Bradley Wilson. He's been up there for these past couple weeks, and he can. I know how he can what he can do after long runs. He knows where to be when it comes to the ending of the stages. So that'll be something that we got to look out for.
Fair enough. Yep. And so here we are with the starting grid. Front row is going to be Michael McKinnon, only one actually too to get into the into the 21s. Starting in second is going to be Stephen Thomas. Row number 2 is going to be Robert Richards and Keith Bradley. Row number 3 is going to be Blake Lothian and Bradley Wilson. Chris Cinnamon and Jesse Strag round out your row 4, and row number 5 is going to be Michael A. Adamson and Dan Gallant.
In 12th or in 11th and 12th, we have Dustin Scruggs and Dale Adamson. In 13th and 14th, we have in the 7th row, we have Tyler Dittmer and Taylor Peacock. They were two to look out for these past couple weeks. Curious to see what they're going to do today. In 15th and 16th, Scott Osment and Lance Miller. Dane Hagen and Clinton Castleberry, Tyler Daniels, Cody Knott rounding out your top 20. Then Jonathan Munda and Jeff Sickles, 21st and 22nd. 23rd is Nathan Rogie, and 24th is Ben Ganoyski. 19th, Tyler Daniels. 25th is Logan Quinn. Got a little caught up there. Eric Zimmerman in 26th. Joey Doucette and Brandon Bullock rounding out 27th and 28th, and Zach Adams and Stephen Gregory rounding out your top 30 and your field. They go down the back straightaway. They do have 2 laps of pacing, or do that. They might actually have 1 here at Richmond. It's a pretty long, short course. It is 2. We gonna see some crazy racing. It's very tight, and these cars do get loose really quick, especially once those when those tires are cold. So you might see a few people warming up their tires before they even start.
And warming up the tires can be beneficial at times. As I'm hearing crashing in the background. That's never a good sign. And so Michael McKinnon's gonna have a front row seat, but these guys have really got to watch though, not want to get on the loud pedal too heavy, even especially on fresh tires, because this track is known for people to spin out, especially if you either miss a shift or just get on the gas pedal too early.
That's the problem with these flat tracks. As the pace car goes off, and here we go, getting ready to go green flag racing here at Richmond. They're off and underway of a 150 lap race, 3 stages, and the 13 of Michael McKinnon leading us off into turn 1.
Yep, everyone's running nice and clean so far. Stages for tonight too, by the way, are 40, 40, and 70 for tonight. So stage 1 right now is going to be 40 laps, and these guys are having some really good battles here as Michael McKinnon starts hanging on, leading up front. Oh, and I believe that was Robert Richards almost getting into the... No, Stephen Thomas, actually, I'm sorry, almost getting into the wall. As
Blake Lothian running the bottom lane, just making it work. That bottom lane is going to be huge tonight for a while until that top lane starts to come in. Once those tires start to go down, that's when the higher lanes start to come in. Blake Lothian working his way up into 3rd, up 2 positions from where he started.
These drivers are already getting single filed out. That low line is going to be the key right now, as even further back, there's some battle even further back between the 3 of Chris Zinneman and the 51 of Bradley Wilson on the outside. Trying to get that run on the outside, but just not working, as that bottom line is still the preferred line.
Yeah, Bradley Wilson, though, is showing that it could come in at one point, and you just got to pinch that bottom lane a little bit as tight as you can without risking it. But he's making it stay up there. He's making it work, but Chris Zimmerman's really holding him off on the bottom there.
And Chris Zimmerman, though, with the paint scheme, a very flamboyant paint scheme, I should ask. A lot of colors on it, as Bradley Wilson able to get around the Goodrich. I can't even see the sponsor on it, but Goodrich paint scheme there, as Chris Zimmerman now falling back to 7th, trying to work his way back up the 6th, and seeing if he can make an opportunity here around Bradley Wilson.
Oh, side by side, Tyler Dittmer and Dustin Scruggs. Like I said, Tyler Dittmer has been strong these past couple races. He's always been a quiet one until the end, and he's already making moves. Today is into the top 10, up 3 spots from where he's at. But Dustin Scruggs looking like he can hold him off right now on the outside. Caution's out. I do not quite know why. It does say that, let's see, Ganoyski just sideways. I have no idea how that even... Oh, just got loose.
I think he got... looking at the replay, it looks like Ben Ganoyski got into a little bit of trouble. Sent a little deep and got himself in a 3-wide situation, gone horribly wrong. Yep, and Joey Doucette getting in the back of the 30 of Ben Ganoyski, and both of those trucks have some pretty significant damage, especially on the left rear of the 30, and really hard impact on the left front for Joey Doucette.
All right. Well, after these, as these cars go into pit, we're gonna head off to show you some of these few messages here.
This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian builds. For more information about Artesian builds, check the link in the description.
Welcome back, and green flag racing here once again with Michael McKinnon in the lead. That was a very close call in the commercials there, but there's 3 wide for the lead. Stacking up, still beating and banging through turn 1. Bradley Wilson looking to the inside for a top 3 already.
Keith Bradley as well is making a good run, but the 59, my goodness, what a restart for him. Jumping all the way up to first. Blake Lothian, Michael McKinnon's having to settle for second, and these guys are still fighting it out.
Yeah, if you're Michael McKinnon, you definitely want to see that 2 wide action behind you because it's definitely slowing them down. But Bradley Wilson not giving up that bottom lane, making it stick and getting to the top side with just enough room. Now he has set his sights on those 2 leaders.
And Michael McKinnon's got a whole bunch of trucks in his back mirror wanting to get away from him as Bradley Wilson, Keith Bradley still fighting it out for third as Michael McKinnon dives it into turn 3, trying to block off the 51, and it's going to hang on for now, but how much longer will it last?
Oh, and the 48 of, Robert Richards.
That was Robert. Yeah, Robert Richards.
Oh, and Chris Cinnamon sideways.
Oh, look out, Cinnamon. Oh, heavy. I heard someone get hit. Oh my goodness, someone almost killed him.
Oh no. Looks like that's a lot of track position. That's going to be huge tonight.
Really unfortunate there.
Oh, it just looks like it's a little tap from Scruggs. And
yeah, it looked like Scruggs went for a late dive move and didn't expect Cinnamon to come down in front of him and just got him in the left rear quarter panel and just sent Cinnamon right up the track.
Yeah, just wasn't expecting he drove it in a little deeper than he probably could have and just tapped the left rear of Cinnamon, turned him around. But you know what they say, cautions breed cautions, and it looks like this is what we're getting to see.
Yeah, and the 24 of Lance Miller got very lucky there, not hitting Chris Cinnamon, because that could have been very disastrous.
Yeah, very close call for the 24. Whew.
Yeah, very, very close indeed there for the 24, so I think he's thanking his lucky stars right now.
Indeed, they are just running their pace laps here, clicking off laps. If you're the leader, this is exactly what you want to see. But we noticed that outside lane did prove something in that last restart. So I'm curious if someone's going to actually take that over the last one.
going to be a really good possibility as Joey Doucette and Ben Ganoski right now currently are coming out of the pits. Joey Doucette was getting some damage repairs. I believe Chris Cinnamon as well. Right now, looks like everyone else has stayed out. So currently your top 5, Blake Lothian, Michael McKinnon, Bradley Wilson, and Keith Bradley and Robert Richards round out your top 5. Biggest mover already is Zach Adams. Started 29th and he's already up to 15th. So impressive run already for Zach Adams.
Yeah, Zach Adams, he does have the highest average gain from when he started, but he did not qualify, which takes him out of the chance to get the Southern Auto Glass Hard Charger Award. The next person in line would be Stephen Gregory, but he also did not put down a qualifying time. So we gotta pay attention to that through the field and see how
that makes it very, very challenging actually now, because looking through the field, well, I would say Nathan Rogie, but I don't know. There's a
Taylor Peacock has been up 6 positions and he's in 8th. He did put down a qualifying, so yeah, Taylor Peacock, he didn't make it work last week in that cash money car at Talladega. Wonder how he could do from the biggest track of the series to a short track. This is a big change, and he's sitting up there in the top 10.
He's a wild card for Taylor Peacock. Knowing him and seeing him in many different series, Taylor Peacock is a wild card. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on him, especially in all of his other leagues as well that he participates in, especially straight cash money and his win in Talladega. So he's always a wild card, especially in an event like this as well.
There they are. Yeah, the lights are out on the pace car. They're stacked too wide here, and pace car's off once again. Here we are, green flag racing here at Richmond. Blake Lothian pulling off an amazing start, getting all the way to the top to get that turn in all the way down. And look at Bradley Wilson already on the back bumper of Blake Lothian.
Yeah, Michael McKinnon had a really unfortunate start there. Bradley Wilson able to get around. Keith Bradley now getting around that bottom lane, already showing its advantages both on the restart and in the first few laps, as Michael McKinnon's now going to be possibly losing another spot now to Dustin Scruggs is looking on the inside line.
Yeah, Dustin Scruggs was kind of involved in that last incident with Chris Cinnamon, but he did make it stay. Oh, look at Taylor Peacock getting to the bottom. The 23 as well as Stephen Thomas. They are pretty close racing. He did hit the wall earlier, and but he is making up some ground, holding off Taylor Peacock, just like everyone else has, running that single file groove at the moment.
Yeah, but current and Thomas was looking at the 48 of Robert Richards was looking at a move, but these guys have started to get single filed out, starting to spread out. As you can see, the 4 in the background there, Tyler Dittmer was looking at trying to make a move on Taylor Peacock, but now the guys are knowing that this is still a long race. Got to be patient here as Robert Richards trying to make another move on Michael McKinnon, but Michael McKinnon is just struggling right now, already falling 4 positions since the start of the race.
Yeah, McKinnon, he actually owns his league. He's been running really good in these past couple races, and he's still running in that top 5 as Robert Richards is running as close as he can to the bumper there. Finds a run, gets side by side, gets under the 13 of McKinnon. Can he make it stick on the bottom? Makes it work and just continues going from where he was at. He had a very close call earlier. Now that Robert Richards has moved his way up into 5th, maybe he has a chance to keep pushing forward. Oh, caution comes out.
Further back. Oh my goodness, what happened here? Dane Hagen heavy damage on the rear. My goodness.
Got it.
Looks like, it looks like it happened further in front of him and he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, they just get turned in front of him. And, oh, wow.
Eric Zimmerman turning the 89. Dan Gallen. Oh my goodness. And Zimmerman just got stuck on the high side very low and oh gosh, really unfortunate. Boy, and then 39 of Dane Hagen, just innocent bystander there.
Yeah, the 22 of Jeff Sickles just probably didn't see it coming out of the corner, not expecting people to wreck on the back straight, just in the middle of a straightaway, so just kind of had nowhere to go as well, and that's what happened to Dane Hagen.
Yeah, Dane Hagen, well, he got a little bit of help as well from Jeffrey Sickles, who's got some really heavy front right damage after getting into him. So we'll be taking a quick break here. You're watching Racecraft TV.
Let's face it, to build a new website or redesign your existing site, you have two options. You can start by learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SEO, SQL, CMS, well, you get the idea. Or you can be smarter and look for someone who is a professional in web design like Sneed Competition Design. We are experienced in building quality websites for our clients. We always start with strategy and planning to build a clear vision about what you need. Your website will then be passed on to the design and development phase, where we will ensure that you get a fully responsive design that is easy to use regardless of any device using the latest tools in web development. Contact us today, and let's talk about accelerating your business to the next level by creating a complete online solution.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV with Blake Lothian in the lead. He held off Bradley Wilson in that last run for the whole run, actually. But as the caution came out, sent to commercial, and then we came back. So welcome back. The lights are out on the pace car, just in time to go green once again. Going through turns 1 and 2. My pick so far today is in second place. What about yours, Tyler?
Falling off a little, down in 11th, but still a lot of time left as pace car is getting ready to round turn 4 and make that hard left into the pits. Blake Lothian in control of this race again as green flag's gonna be waving and Blake Lothian already on the gas.
And Blake Lothian got a big gap here. Oh, he's in the wall coming into the corner. Just lost all the time he gained into that first corner. Bradley Wilson can't get to the bottom because of Keith Bradley.
Oh,
He made it work.
Back. I saw in the back there was a 3 wide, but I think they've cleared it out as mayhem is incident back there. Meanwhile, back up front, Keith Bradley trying to make his way up through Bradley Wilson, but it's not going to work because we're single file, at least for the first 7 trucks currently.
Yeah, Blake Lothian just holding his line, taking that defensive line on the bottom there, but Bradley Wilson going to make that outside lane stick, just railing the top lane and making it work. New leader, 51.
Wow, that's all I got to say. What a pass by Bradley Wilson.
Yeah, big move for Bradley. Now all he's got to do is check out, but Blake Lothian's probably not going to give up that easy. Just see the lead walk away like that. Oh man, it's a tough sight to see.
Yeah, and Blake Lothian's knowing that there's not many laps left in this stage as here goes Keith Bradley now looking on the inside, diving it in there. Even further back, the 48 of Robert Richards. Where has he come from? He's up to, oh boy, as Keith Bradley almost gets hit by Blake Lothian there. But man, Robert Richards is on a hard charge as well. He's up to 4th, and he's going to try to fight with Keith Bradley and Blake Lothian now.
Keith Bradley is running the Bill Lester car. He did get sponsored, I believe, in this for this race by Bill Lester, so that's a big plus by him. And
and with that paint scheme on the back with the winning or reverse, that is Bill Lester's new book coming out.
Yeah, winning in reverse. He's that's big to be sponsored by someone who has a book like that. So look at him putting on a show with that paint scheme, making it sick. But can he do it? Very tight racing here.
Very close indeed by a tenth of a, maybe even like half, like 500ths of a second. And look at Robert Richards. He's trying to decide which lane he wants to go to because he wants to try to catch up to Bradley Wilson. But boy, these guys are so.
Oh! Blake Lothian tried to get there, just not enough. Gets bumped into the corner. Oh, tapped again. Contact. That could have ended way worse than it actually did. But look at Robert Richards getting a spot there. Dustin Scruggs getting into the side of Blake Lothian. Oh, this is not good for Blake.
Blake Lothian is this might be really. Get ready for some heated words soon, I think. As Lothian's pushing this truck as best he can, Michael McKinnon now is looking at trying to make a top 5 run here at the end of the stage. Working lap 38 of lap for stage number 1. Getting ready, closing in on almost 2 to go this time by for the end of stage 1.
Yeah, stage 1 is coming to an end, but like I said, Bradley Wilson out front. He knows when to be in the front and when to just take it easy.
Robert Richards diving it into 1. Second place now is Robert Richards now, as Keith Bradley's now having to fall back down to 3rd, and Dustin Scruggs is not that far behind.
I can't say that Keith Bradley is getting any help from that front end damage that he got from Lothian, but Lothian still has his sights set in that this 2nd through 4th or 5th here is actually pretty close, and one mistake can change it.
Yeah, but one mistake can change it. And all of one white flag right now for the stage number 4 is Bradley Wilson coming out of 4. Green white checker for stage 1. Bradley Wilson. Robert Richards is going to come in 2nd. Keith Bradley in 3rd. Dustin Scruggs in 4th. Blake Lothian top 5. Stephen Thomas. Here goes Taylor Peacock on the inside, getting around the 23, I believe, of Stephen Thomas, and that will round out your top 10 for stage number 1.
Yeah, Bradley Wilson definitely put on a show there, but Keith Bradley for the getting a lot of TV time for that brand new sponsor of his.
Absolutely, and getting plenty of TV time right now.
That's stage 1 for you. We got good racing ahead of us, so we'll be back for this for just a quick break. And welcome back to Racecraft TV. We're sitting here with the Triple M Pulling Truck Series. Clinton Castleberry, your new leader. He decided not to pit, I believe, and now he's the new leader. So this will be interesting when it comes off goes green, and with them old tires, it could change some things.
It could change some things indeed, but I think with what Clinton Castleberry is doing, he's expecting some caution, so he's wanting to save some those tires in later on in the run. I believe they have 4 sets of tires in this race, and those 4 sets are going to be key throughout the entire race, especially 150 laps. So I'm not surprised that we're seeing Clinton Castleberry staying out on those old tires, trying to see what he can do and hopefully make a long run work. But if a caution comes out, he at least has an extra set of tires, unlike the others.
That's very true. Those tires can come in handy when it comes to those late race cautions. If you can move up through the field without having any mistakes or errors, and just with the amazing speed that you can, it definitely changes things.
Yep, as pace car is getting ready to exit turn 4 and make that hard left, Clinton Castleberry has control of the field, and he goes off early. Green flag underway for stage number 2.
Yeah, with stage number 1 going to Bradley Wilson, I'm curious to see what he's going to do this stage. We already see some tight racing side by side for the top 3 here. Oh, it looks like Bradley Wilson's stuck on the top. Let's see, he gets to the top, might have the speed. Oh, stacking up on the bottom here, not knowing where to go.
And everyone's jostling for positions now. Bradley Wilson gets away cleanly. Clayton Castleberry trying to hang on for dear life as Keith Bradley's looking on the inside now. There goes Dustin Scruggs. 48
Robert Richards
Robert
turns him in the field, and Blake Lovian.
Right in front of the field, and calamity is ensued. Oh, big contact.
Oh, Blake Lothian out of. Oh, that's tough luck. He had such a good pace on this field, and it just looks like that's going to be an early night for him. Wow. And they're just side by side in the 48 of Robert Richards. Tried to go 3 wide and just not enough room.
Lothian finally passed the toe. Oh man, that was just nothing he could do there, and man, just almost made it through and got clipped, and then just everyone came piling in, and it was just enough to blow his motor.
He had it and just barely got clipped, and nowhere to go for some drivers. Just ruins the front end there. That's a blown motor for Blake Lothian.
And Blake Lothian's definitely going to be upset with himself there. Really strong qualifying run, strong first stage, and then now start of the second stage is going to be a DNF for Blake Lothian. Meanwhile, a lot of these other drivers some drivers have come into the pits. Keith Bradley, though, I'm surprised he hasn't come into the pits yet to try to repair some of that front nose damage, but he probably feels that it's not going to be enough to hinder him enough, especially here on the short track of Richmond Raceway.
Yeah, track position's everything, so I'm not surprised that he did stay out, and to be honest, it doesn't look like it's hurting him very much. And Bradley Wilson's probably a little bit upset about that caution because he had an amazing lead on the field just because they're being held up, but clearly that didn't end well, and he's back to the lead. So once again, stage number 2 is going to be underway here, and let's see how long they can go for. So
I think some of these drivers are starting to realize that patience is a virtue. But I mean, it was just really unfortunate there. There was just something that was everyone was trying to get around Clinton Castleberry, and there was one mistake that caused a whole chain reaction and took out a few very good trucks, by the way. Especially with Lothian out of the race now. I mean, Robert Richards, he's all the way down in 25th. Tyler Dittmer, Dane Hagen. I mean, there's a lot of top names that have really had a huge struggle because of just one little incident. And nowhere to go on a short track like this.
A lot of people in the real NASCAR definitely just use short track racing as an excuse to dump people, but these drivers are very clean when it comes to making passes. That was just a series of unfortunate events that happened just between coming off of a wall and trying to go 3 wide to get around a slower car. Tough break for Blake Lothian, and Robert Richards is actually nowhere to be seen at the moment, it seems.
Robert,
Yeah,
let's see.
deep in the pack.
Yeah, he's way in the back. He's currently 24th right now, and looks like he's done as much damage repair as he can, as I believe we're getting the one to go this time by, as the lights are out on the pace car, and this field is starting to dwindle down little by little.
The less cars in the field means less vehicles to be involved in a caution as they come off of 2 here, going down the back stretch, warming up their tires as we see Bradley Wilson doing. Those tires definitely, if they're warm, it can make a difference going into turn 1. We've seen it time and time again with that the leader has such an advantage going out of here, as we might see the pace car comes off of the track surface, and we're green flag once again here at Richmond.
Flag once again, and Bradley Wilson gets a great start. Top 3 are already single file. Further back, Michael Adamson looking on the outside, trying to make a run. Not going to be enough as he goes single file, and a lot of these drivers are being a little safe. As further back is 24 of Lance Miller looking on the inside of the 13 of Michael McKinnon. However, here goes the 91 of Nathan Rauge now on the outside.
Yeah, Nathan Rauge, he's been up there for these past couple of races and making that outside look like it's actually starting to come in as it's late in this race. And I'm hearing, oh, someone's backwards in the back of the field. Looks like who was that? Holy cow. The 46?
That is Dale Adamson, the 46. He was running 19th. And that motor has expired, it looks like.
Yeah, look at pushing 3 wide once again. Just not enough room on the track. And then up into the wall.
3 wide gone wrong. Heavy impact into the outside wall. Taylor Peacock, though, boy, he took a little bit of damage from that incident as well.
Yeah, a lot of engine damage we're already seeing for this short track racing. So right on board here with the 81 of Taylor Peacock. Going into 4 here, they just push a little hard, and just now they get ready to go 3 wide here. It was Robert Richards once again pushing that 3 wide, and just not enough room to go 3 wide here, and Taylor Peacock just barely gets clipped, but looks like he keeps his car straight. So
as pits are going to should be open this time by, not many takers right now. However, there are going to be a few that are going to do the pit farm on trying to get their truck repaired as best as possible. As we are going to take a quick little ad break here. We'll be right back here on Racecraft TV.
This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV with the Triple M Pulling Truck Series. Bradley Wilson still the leader as we've had a lot of incidents in the back. They are going to get the 1 to green by the time they hit the line. And let's take a look here. They got Bradley Wilson and Keith Bradley, the two Bradleys that I always mix up sometimes. They've been strong today, especially Keith Bradley with that front end damage, still making it work in the top 3. And then Dustin Scruggs, he moved his way up all the way through the field so far. He's up 8 positions so far. Then Stephen Thomas back there, and he's lost a few, but still up in the top 5. And Stephen Gregory, up 25 spots. I believe he is the one that didn't qualify, or he had his qualifying laps discounted, because if you tap the wall during a qualifying lap, you do not get your qualifying lap in, which is kind of sad. So a few drivers, that definitely happens to a few drivers. I know it's happened to me in some official races. So yeah, we're getting ready to go green here.
Yeah, Ben, I can agree with you on that. I have had those fair share as pace car is diving off. Its green flag is out, and Bradley Wilson, another great start, is further back. Dustin Scruggs looking on the inside here of Stephen Thomas, and he's going to make it clear. Stephen Thomas dives down on the inside line.
Yeah, Stephen Thomas made Michael Adamson check up a little bit on that outside lane, and Michael McKinnon actually still running up here. He was the pole sitter, but now he's kind of fallen back to a few spots now in 9th, and he's Jesse Schrage, I believe. Sorry if I butcher it. Now all these cars looking super clean. Ooh, a little sideways goes the 12 of Jesse. But
as Jesse Siraj is having a good run, Michael A. Adamson is going to lose a spot to Michael McKinnon going into 1. And the 24, boy, Lance Miller makes a late move there. As so does the 91 and Nathan Rogge trying to find an opportunity around Michael Adamson.
Nathan Rogge, he's been strong in these past few races, between all the races that we've had, and he's still running up there pretty strong in that top 10 spot, trying to hold off Brandon Bullock for to hang on to that top 10 spot. But things could change so quick here at Richmond between tires and just pure quick mistakes that you can sometimes never see coming.
And with right now getting ready to work lap 65, as we're nearing 16 to go this time by, as we're coming near the closing stages of stage number 2. As you can see even further back, Cody Knott getting around, actually losing a spot to Taylor Peacock. Peacock up to 13th now after having an up and down night already, having to avoid a few wrecks. So impressive run already for Taylor Peacock, moving up to 13th, trying to make his way back up to the front.
And we keep looking through the field. This is still tight racing, like you said, all the way through the field tonight. There's not very many spots except for that at the front with Bradley Wilson with a whole second lead on the Keith Bradley.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, Keith Bradley is trying to catch up to Bradley Wilson. However, Dustin Scruggs, he's trying to make a move on here. Dustin Scruggs has been running quicker lap times recently. Dustin Scruggs is trying to find the best opportunity and make the best move, but I think he's playing the patient game, knowing we still have 13 laps left in the second stage, and trying to find that right timing. Is going to get a really great run here coming out of 2, heading into 3 now. And it just seems like Bradley's got a better, it looks like Bradley's got a much better exit out of 4. It seems like Bradley is strong in 3 and 4, while Dustin Scruggs is really, really good in 1 and 2.
Yeah, but Keith Bradley does have that front end damage, which could hurt Arrow going down the straightaway. Very close entering the corner. But we've seen Bradley Wilson get an extreme lead before, but once he hits lap traffic, it could change things. It's still a very long race, and we've seen before, I believe it was at Texas, that lap traffic actually played a big part in who won the race. because the leader did get taken out because of a lap car. But yeah, we start seeing some lap traffic here. Eric Zimmerman, who is just running the high line, trying to stay out of the way, but that can change things. You don't get as good of an exit, or maybe as good of a entry on the corner.
Yeah, but
Oh, and
Zimmerman,
contact.
ooh, 61 made some contact there, and that was, I believe, a 61 of, oh, as I'm losing, Stephen Gregory making some contact there with Eric Zimmerman. But Zimmerman's still holding the high line, giving everyone plenty of room to make their way around them on the inside line.
As we look back through the field, look at Chris Cinnamon actually up in he slid out super early in the race. And now he's up into 6th, which is really good for him. He did lose a lot of time, though, when he did slide out. But, yes, with that rainbow car that we see.
Yeah.
Used to be the Intimidators 3.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But gotta admit, though, Chris Cinnamon, though, it's a little bit of a different tribute paint scheme, as I would say. I mean, not really a tribute paint scheme, but making the colors a little fancy. But Cinnamon, though, has been very impressive. He's trying to make a run on Stephen Gregory. Gregory, though, having another impressive run as well throughout this entire race, especially starting in dead last of the field, as this battle is starting to really tighten up.
Oh, Scruggs to the inside of Keith Bradley. Might be able to make it stick on the bottom, but Bradley's not fighting too hard on the top here. Makes it stick just, but contact changed his line here.
Man.
Very close racing is the 23, also Stephen Thomas. Side by side here.
And Stephen Thomas makes a great run. Heading into 1, still side by side as Bradley's trying to look and make it a defensive line, but Thomas is already there. And looks like Thomas might get the run. It's still side by side heading into 3. Thomas sends it down low and might be enough to clear him, and he does. Stephen Thomas up to 3rd.
I do believe tires are starting to become a big part, as we only got 3 laps at the line here. Once that I'm hearing contact in the back. I don't quite know where. It might have been a slight contact, but yeah, Stephen Gregory moves his way into the top 5, and Bradley Wilson with just checking out with a over 2 second lead.
Yeah, but Dustin Scruggs, though, actually just now cut that lead down to a 1.5 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And Scruggs is on his way, and Stephen Gregory up to 4th after making a move around Keith Bradley. But Dustin Scruggs, knowing there's not a lot of time left, 3 to go this time, Bradley Wilson now is going to cross the line to start lap 79. 2 laps to go in stage number 2.
Yeah, Dustin Scruggs has some work to do in stage 3, but did I see a start of 3 wide back there at a possibility? Maybe not. Yeah, we're here. Just a big lead, single file out. Chris Cinnamon might be the only one that has an opportunity to make it move. 1 more lap to go here in the stage.
Bradley Wilson making clean work right now of 1 and 2 down the backstretch now. He's got a plenty gap where he can take it easy here going into 3 and 4. Bradley Wilson's going to take it nice and easy here as he's going to cross the line, green-white checkered line for stage number 2. Right, meanwhile, Dustin Scruggs, Stephen Thomas, Stephen Gregory, Michael McKinnon, Keith Bradley, Michael Adamson had a great run as well. Chris Cinnamon, Nathan Rogge, and Brandon Bullock round out your top 10 in stage number 2.
Yeah, that was important commercial, but I do believe that you're here watching Racecraft TV, and we'll be back after these short messages.
This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.
Let's face it, to build a new website or redesign your existing site, you have two options. You can start by learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SEO, SQL, CMS, well, you get the idea. Or you can be smarter and look for someone who is a professional in web design like Sneed Competition Design. We are experienced in building quality websites for our clients. We always start with strategy and planning to build a clear vision about what you need. Your website will then be passed on to the design and development phase, where we will ensure that you get a fully responsive design that is easy to use regardless of any device using the latest tools in web development. Contact us today, and let's talk about accelerating your business to the next level by creating a complete online solution.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV with Bradley Wilson pulling off 2 stage wins. Dustin Scruggs in second and Stephen Thomas looking in from the top from third. We've had some good racing so far, and I'm excited to get this last stage underway. How are you feeling about this race tonight, Tyler?
It's been great so far. Very impressive. Oh, as I feel bad for Brandon Bullock. I was giving credit to Brandon Bullock having a great run, but looks like Brandon Bullock got a speeding penalty, I believe, in pit road, and has to fall to the end of the longest line after coming out of the pits. I believe he was 12th or 13th coming out of the pits. So really unfortunate there for Brandon Bullock, but a lot of drivers are still impressing me. Bradley Wilson just running throughout most of the field. Dustin Scruggs having a great little run here, and even Stephen Thomas after his early incident.
Yeah, and Bradley Wilson, he's put on a show tonight. He's been checking out, but Keith Bradley was the one that held Dustin Scruggs back, and now Dustin Scruggs doesn't have that just another truck in front of him. So now all he's got to do is set his sights on the leader and go to work.
Yeah, the other one I have to also give credit to as well is Stephen Gregory. After failing to put in a qualifying time, started dead last in 30th place. He's up to 4th, so he's been another driver that's been very impressive as well. Hats off to him.
Yeah, and even Michael McKinnon, he started pole. He's running 5th right now. He's had a pretty good run. He's kept himself up there. He might be saving his stuff and saving what he can do. As the lights are off on the pace car drops into the pit lane. Bradley Wilson goes, green flag racing once again.
And Scruggs was just dead asleep on the start. He went to jump and then got on the brakes thinking he jumped the start, and Bradley took advantage of it. We're just side by side now. Dustin Scruggs and Stephen
Dustin Scruggs fired with Dustin Scruggs.
Oh man, look out.
Like we said, you do get loose if you hammer on the throttle a little too much, and sure enough, he was a victim in this incident here, and yeah, it just wasn't.
Just too much throttle input. Like we were saying early on in the broadcast before the start of the race, it's just too much throttle and just, oh man. I feel bad for Dustin. That's just something that it would catch you off guard, and oh man.
That's it. And Stephen Thomas too. He got involved there coming off that corner, and Stephen Thomas had an amazing start, but Dustin Scruggs just really put the hammer down through this corner. As you see, he just had an amazing run, but once you get off that hill, it just steps the car outside, and yeah, we get this slow motion view, just not expecting it, and pops the car a little bit, and tough break for those cars that were involved there. That is can hurt your race by so much.
very tough break indeed, as Stephen Thomas now has a lot of right front damage on his truck. And I mean, it's the way these trucks are is, oh man, Stephen Thomas is coming into the pit, so it looks like that damage might be a little bit more significant than was originally expected. 61 as Stephen Gregory comes into the pits. He's actually got some damage too, I'm noticing.
Yeah, I believe Stephen Gregory actually got into the rear of the 23 when they came out of that corner, just not expecting the 11 just Dustin Scruggs to check up the way he did and slide out the way he did. So definitely changed some things. You see, he gets a little loose and they just stack up in front of him. That's the
And yeah, Keith Bradley though, my mouth just dropped after seeing Bradley be able to, with all the nose damage he's got, and he was able to avoid it and not get any more damage out of it. So that's very impressive.
Yeah, Keith Bradley though, he's been putting on a very good show tonight for his new sponsors. Maybe the sponsors actually pulled it. Hey, I don't. It might be the pressure. It might be just what kind of. It's Bill Lester, you know. Like that's what happens. You just get that pressure and you just start going as fast as you possibly can. And clearly, it's working for him. But we look back a little bit, and Chris Cinnamon is up into the top 5 after that early incident where he didn't get really hit much. He got a little sideways, but. Hey, he's back up into the top 5 and has an opportunity to take a win today.
Yeah, take a win indeed, but at the same time, going back to that Keith Bradley with the Bill Lester reference with winning in reverse, Keith Bradley started 4th, and I mean, in a way, he has reversed it up to 2nd. So who knows? Maybe he'll reverse it into 1st place and take over the win here, especially as we're getting ready to restart here on lap 93. Pace car lights are out, waiting for pace car to dive into the pits, as actually now I make a mistake and see that they're on the backstretch, so
Yeah,
just a little delay.
it's just an honest mistake. It happens, you know. But
Yeah, but still, it's a short track at least, so now he's going to be ready to take that hard left-hand turn as pace car is off into the pits. Bradley fires it and already takes off on Keith Bradley and Michael McKinnon. Green flag is out. Michael McKinnon now is going to look at trying to make a move on 2nd place, but Keith Bradley, though, going to defend that line on the low line, and he's going to hang on a 2nd.
Yeah, Keith Bradley actually did have a pretty good run out of the corner. He has a different line that Bradley Wilson has, but I don't think that front end damage is helping him much. He might not be able to get the aerodynamics that everyone else is, and even McKinnon, he's doing pretty good. Is there wrecking in the back? Oh, Zach Adams just contact and gets put sideways. Luckily, not a lot of cars involved there. Just a little bit of spin, but very close call for a lot of cars there.
That could have been disastrous, especially
Yeah.
when it's a portion of the field, because usually any kind of wreck like that at a small short track like Richmond and very narrow, things can happen and they go very bad very quickly.
Yeah, it looked like the 24 of Lance Miller just tried to dive bomb him, and just maybe Zach wasn't expecting the dive bomb, and it just caused him to turn around a little bit. Good save though by Zach Adams.
Because that could have been just disastrous altogether.
Yeah, but look at who's been on the top of the board all night. Bradley Wilson. It looks like he's been doing such a good. He is inside the pace car. He is actually taking control of the pace car. Don't know why he would. Hey, you do have fun. It looks like he's almost transparent. Holy cow.
Fair enough.
But yeah, we've seen some great racing here tonight, and Bradley Wilson and Keith Bradley just been battling it out all night, and Keith Bradley has been putting on a show for holding off that second place with that front end damage that he's gotten. So, big plus.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's still an impressive run for him, and I mean, it shows that he still has speed, and we'll see what kind of speed he has here, especially when he's trying to make an opportunity here, make a move. But with the way these cautions are flying, it's very difficult, very much difficult for Keith Bradley to get any kind of run, especially when Bradley is getting these huge jumps on the restart.
Yeah, these huge jumps, and it's very, very hard to time when you go that early. So it's more of a you gotta wait and hope that a caution doesn't come out to catch them. We've seen mistakes happen. Bradley Wilson hasn't had a big mistake so far, but it does happen. So the race isn't over, as we've seen at Watkins Glen when the leaders changed like 5 times in the last lap. So, but this is Richmond. Short track racing makes for some great racing. And Bradley Wilson's just put on a show tonight, just dominating on the field.
Yeah, and with the way this is going, it's Bradley Wilson is just in full control of this field from all the way at the restart to throughout the rest of the run, all the way until we get a caution, or even just with how things have been running, Bradley Wilson has been running a perfect race so far.
And like we want, I'm sure now that we're actually under caution, and now's a good time to talk about that tire wear. He hasn't pit since lap 82. We're on lap 98 now, and he's clearly has the tires to stay up in front. Just pulls on the field every restart and all that. But at what point do you say enough is enough, and you have to come down for pit road, or is track position just that important?
Track position is important. I mean, we still got 50 laps left in this race. As lights are out on the pace car. We're going to be restarting with 50 to go. Track position is going to be key now, especially when it's go time. So you guys, it's make or break now. There's not a lot of opportunities left, especially if you get another 2-3 more cautions.
Yeah. However, I could be mistaken. They might actually have to pit again. They do have to pit again. The pace car is off, and Bradley Wilson's going to launch early just like he does every single time with that huge 2 to 3 car gap lead. Goes into turn 1 side by side. Look at McKinnon and the 91 of Nathan Rogie actually putting on an effort to get into the bottom of Chris Cinnamon.
Yeah, Chris Cinnamon just making another great run there as...
Oh, contact Taylor Peacock.
Oh, and damage on the rear. Boy. Okay, everyone just flying in there. Taylor's probably glad he did not get absolutely annihilated in the rear.
Yeah, you can get pretty clobbered if you get 2 sideways coming through a pack of rushing cars. It just looked like the 8 overjudged that braking entry, and yeah, look at quick dive bomb and just sent up the track. So, ooh, very, very close for some cars.
Yeah, that was very close,
Yeah.
especially when some of these guys were still going almost full power into the corner. So, could have been very, very disastrous.
Ooh. No, that's a tough race for Taylor Peacock. You got it done last week. This is definitely not what you want coming off of a win. There's still plenty of racing to go, and we might actually see him to get back up there. But for now, you're watching Racecraft TV, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Racecraft TV with Bradley Wilson still up in the lead. Keith Bradley actually is back into second, as he has been for a minute. Yeah, that caution could have changed a lot of stuff for Bradley Wilson. Maybe his tire wear is starting to get to him. At what point do they actually decide to pit? I do not know. I don't know how long these trucks can go on fuel.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be probably within how these trucks are running and with the amount of cautions. I'd say the fuel window is probably gonna be about 35, 40 laps, and within that, I would say within that window of like 40 to go, we're gonna start seeing some guys pitting here, which is in the next 5 laps. So another caution here, and I think we're gonna see a lot of people come in.
Yeah, but do you push it and not pit when you can stay out and get the track position?
Depends on how much fuel you have. More than likely, yes, they will stay out, but at the risk of trying not to run out of fuel.
Who knows? They might actually, with all these cautions, be able to get fuel as the pace car goes off, and Bradley Wilson just taking off super early once again. Green flag racing, but Keith Bradley's starting to learn. He didn't get that big of a gap that time, so Keith Bradley and Bradley Wilson out in front as they're too wide back here for fourth now. Chris Cinnamon pushing his way up into fourth.
As I was going to say, it's Nathan Rauge. Ooh, once Red Tucker Racing's trying to find a way around Chris Cinnamon, but not working right now. Michael McKinnon had a little bit of an issue there. Cinnamon's still trying to look on the outside line, but it's not going to work still for Chris Cinnamon.
Chris Cinnamon, he's been one to watch these past races, so we're looking 3 wide. We've noticed 3 wide constantly in this race, but does we know it doesn't work. Sometimes you can handle this a little bit of contact between the 71 of Zach Adams and the 93 of Tyler Daniels, but he gets clear and everyone just goes back as the 8 of Michael Adamson just takes away the 6th spot right there.
Yeah, right now these guys have already got a nice little gap. I think Keith Bradley's trying to play it safe here, hoping Bradley Wilson will burn some of his tires. As most of the field is now single file further back. Whoa.
Yeah, very close racing here between the 71 and 53 of Scott Osman and Zach Adams. Yeah, Zach Adams in that 71 just running this very trafficy when you start getting towards those 10th and stuff. Very tight here. Ooh, you better be careful because these as much as you can tap and all that. Oh, he gets sideways.
Oh, he did. Oh, there's 71 sideways around and he avoids it. Wow, that was Scott Osman.
Scott Osman tried to dive bomb him and just Zach Adams wasn't expecting it. You almost have to expect those dive bombs here.
Yeah, and oh man,
that could have been a
look out! Here comes the 71 coming in. Zach Adams is on his way back. Oh boy, look out! Oh, this could get interesting here. And
this replay is going to show us what happened. He did get dive bombed earlier by Zach Adams, so maybe he just had the run and maybe hit the brakes a little bit late, possibly just missed his braking zone and plowed right through the 71 of Zach Adams.
Yeah, Zach Adams almost looked like he was about ready to retaliate there too on the 53 of Scott Osman. But boy, that was wild.
Yeah, definitely a wild race indeed. We're going the laps are ticking down, but right now we've just had a lot of cautions, so we'll be right back. You're watching Racecraft TV.
This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.
Well, welcome back to Racecraft TV, where we're still watching Bradley Wilson. He faked his pit stop, didn't come in, still haven't pit since lap 82. So I'm curious how long they're gonna go before they actually have to pit for fuel, if they have to pit for fuel. I am sure they do.
Yeah, I think especially with this fuel saving, it's definitely gonna be 40 laps, but I don't know. It's gonna be, as I see 9 more, or honestly, the way these guys with these cautions, you just turn off the engine full clutch, or even just be full clutch throughout most of these corners, and you might be able to even save another 5 laps of fuel and have at least an extra 15 laps before you have to come in. If a caution comes out, but it's gonna be tough. And
Richards
so
and
far,
Dittmer on the newest tires.
and they're way further down too.
Yeah, they are 11th and 12th, as you see down there. But those pressure tires they're 8 laps newer, and they might actually put up a difference here as these laps run down. But we get ready to go green here as the pace car goes off, and Bradley Wilson's green flag racing once again. Big gap, just like he's been doing all night, controlling those restarts. How big of an advantage. But look at Michael McKinnon already going to the bottom here, trying to make up any ground he can on the three of Chris Cinnamon.
And it looks like he's trying to make the best of it.
And
McKinnon.
4 wide entering the corner.
Boy,
Robert
4
Richards
wide.
really pushing it. Holy cow, the fact that
Wow.
they even stuck that is insane. Robert Richards makes that pass for 9th. That's definitely a pass of the race right there.
How in the world did they not kill each other on that corner?
They all made it stick with the 53 of Scott Osment. Just check it up for him. Thank God he checked up. But Robert Richards on those newer tires, now trying to get around Jonathan Munda here. To the bottom he goes, side by side, door to door, coming down the back straightaway. But Munda had the run.
Gets out on the apron and looks like Mundo slides way up the track, and Robert Richards makes easy work of it.
We have a battle for 2nd place here. Chris Cinnamon may have been saving his tires here. Goes to the bottom of Keith Bradley. Side by side here for 2nd place.
Side by side for 2nd place, and they're trying to make any kind of opportunities work, and it's going to be, I mean, I don't know. Robert Richards has got a 3-second gap, and there's still a lot of time left right now. Working lap 120, still got 31 laps to go, and anything can happen still.
As anything can happen, we've seen it time and time again, but Chris Cinnamon's putting on a fight here for 2nd place. We've seen him in the top 5 make it work, but 2nd place is a whole new thing. Putting that 3 car up there. Well, it looks like he might make it stick out of this corner. Not enough, though. That outside lane just has such a big run down the straightaway. But them battling gives Bradley Wilson the gap to go over a 2nd ahead. Still side by side. Chris Cinnamon might be able to get it in this corner if he really tries it. They're just barely on the bumper and clears them. So he got him. And now he sets his sight on the leader, Bradley Wilson, who has a huge lead. Look at Michael McKinnon trying to get to the bottom of Keith Bradley.
And McKinnon Ooh, having a little bit of internet issue there. Or he's blinking as disappearing a few times there, but Michael McKinnon trying to make a run, and Keith Bradley, and he's going to be on the inside line and gets the run. And looks like he's going to make another move and makes it easy. Keith Bradley, though, is struggling on those tires.
Yeah, those tires make up a difference. Like we've said, he might have used up a little bit too much trying to keep up with Wilson, but now it's McKinnon's turn to set his sights on the 3 once again. As we look through the field, there's not many battles going on except for way far in the back. But towards the front here is just single filed out. Have the number 1 of Nathan Rogie up into the top 5. That's interesting.
Yeah, Nathan Rogie right now, biggest mover, I believe, from start at 23rd, and he's up to 5th. Closing in on Keith Bradley, trying to make a move. Bradley makes the block down low, halting Nathan Rogge's run. And we should be expecting some green flag pit stops this time, especially as we're hitting that window now for these drivers to make it the rest of the way.
Yeah, that window can change though. These they have been under a lot of laps of caution in this past in this past stage. So.
All right, man. Caution is
And a caution comes out in the
got
back.
A caution.
And Ganoyski. Oh no.
Ganoyski.
He might have just gotten involved with something. Oh, man. Just drove it straight up into the 44. The 44, Logan Quinn.
Logan Quinn.
Okay.
That was interesting.
Looked like the car might have just got tight as soon as he on. Oh, they all checked up coming out of the corner. Maybe wasn't expecting it, and we're not hearing some wise words on the radio either. So
I would not be surprised about that.
I just probably wasn't expecting them to check up coming out of the corner, but that could be an early finish for the night. An early finish tonight for Ben Ganoyski. He's not going to have much. Oh! Staying out. That's going to be interesting. We've seen what happens when someone decides not to pit, but that gives Bradley Wilson an opportunity to stay up in the front there when it comes to the pit cycle.
Interesting strategies. Taylor Peacock is staying out too.
As well as Scruggs.
Very interesting.
And Brandon Pollock too. So we got a few cars staying out.
But everyone else is Castleberry. Castleberry had
after a
pit stop.
Yeah, he definitely took 2 tires, as well as Stephen Thomas possibly could have taken 2 tires. But Castleberry, he's very he's known this race for taking that risky pit strategy. He didn't pit that in that one caution, and he did get involved in some craziness, but let's see what happens here.
Very interesting.
Yeah, Clinton Castleberry actually has put on he's back up there. He might have needed something to get up there. He's got new tires. And yeah, Chris Cinnamon, your new leader. So you did stay out didn't take any tires, and Scruggs and Peacock went 18 laps ago. So they might be out of tires, and or they're really risking it for the track position here. Scruggs and Peacock were in incidents, and that's another reason why they could stay out and try to get some track position off of that. So Bradley Wilson does have about 4 cars to get past, and he doesn't have the advantage of taking that green flag getting some crazy things going with Dane Gallant for some reason.
Many different things.
Yeah,
Keith Bradley, really bad pit stop for Keith Bradley. It's gonna hurt him dearly as he dropped all the way down to 9th place after that pit stop.
Keith Bradley did seem to have a not that good of a run towards the end of that run before that last caution, so might have had some damage repaired or just got shuffled that far back when it came time, so yeah.
That's we're starting to go double file now as we're 1 to go. We're getting ready to restart on lap 133. Not many laps left to go here as laps are winding down.
Yeah, these laps are definitely coming down pretty quick. But let's see if this tire strategy works out for the new leader, Chris Cinnamon. Pace car's off, and Chris Cinnamon's going to wait it out a little bit and then takes the launch just when the green flag takes it. Wow, look at that lead. Bradley Wilson just knowing when to go at a perfect time, already making an effort to get through the field.
Oh, it's for 3
Up
wide.
into third. They're 3 wide coming back. Oh, contact. And someone's in the inside wall.
Jonathan Munda.
Caution's out. Oh, big pile up. The 44. Oh, man. The 89. Munda started it a little bit. They were 3 wide up there and just, yeah, some people might have checked up. I don't even.
39 of Dane.
Oh, contact there.
Oh, my goodness. Trying to avoid it. Barely gets clipped in the left rear, and oh, that was heavy impact.
Might have to ride on board here with, yeah. Oh, just wasn't. What happened to the 89, I believe, or the other one that ran into the wall there?
I think everyone else was just trying to avoid it. The 39 of Dane Hagen just trying to avoid Jonathan Munda, and Munda's back end. Just barely see. Yeah, you just barely see that contact on the left rear, and it sent Dane right into the inside concrete wall. And then the 44, out of control, Logan Quinn trying to avoid it, nowhere to go, and neither was the 89 of Dan Gallant. Neither one of those drivers could be able to avoid that incident.
And Chris Cinnamon's still holding the lead here, as well as Dustin Scruggs still got that second spot there, but he has a little bit fresher tires than Cinnamon. But then we have our leader here, our leader that has the freshest tires. He's been dominating all night tonight. Has the cleanest race car out of these top cars, and I don't think he's even tapped anything on the track. So that's curious to see what he's gonna do here. Now he's only behind Chris Cinnamon. He's gonna be lined up right behind Chris Cinnamon off the restart. Might change some things. You might be able to read it like he did in that last restart. So. Do believe we can watch this restart from his point of view here. I'm really hoping these lights go out on the pace car here, I believe. This was last restart here. Just perfect start. Professional start by Bradley Wilson there. Made it stick on the bottom of Taylor Peacock. Just, if that yellow didn't come out, he would have had
oh, absolutely.
Did get a little contact there with Dustin Scruggs, but that's all. Lights are still not out on the pace car. We do have, I'm sure, 1 to green. It's 2 to green here. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, the lights are still on the pace car. Stephen Gregory now heads back into pit road. 30 as well of Ben Ganowski. Both of those drivers just having really unfortunate nights near the end, and Stephen Gregory had a great run early on, being all the way up in the top 5 after starting dead last on the field, and now he's all the way down to the last car in the lead lap.
Yeah, Stephen Gregory did get involved in that wreck earlier, I believe. But the lights are now on the pace car. We're going to go down this back straightaway for one more time, but we're going to take the green flag with a little bit over 10 to go. I have full faith here in Bradley Wilson to get around these guys, but can Chris Cinnamon hold him off with the tires that he has? Track position is key, and pace car is off. Good start there for Chris Cinnamon, but Bradley Wilson now already getting past, putting himself into second, taking that inside lane to the fullest. But the 21 of Clinton Castleberry is up here as well on those two right side tires.
And 4 wide further back. Oh boy.
3 wide here for a top 5.
Peacock. McKinnon on the way outside. Keith Bradley now making it 3 wide. Oh, as Bradley sends it deep, and Taylor Peacock able to keep avoiding. Oh, big wreck.
Oh, big
24
pile up
involved,
here.
17 involved. Look out. Oh, boy.
Yeah, they scattered. Get out of this possible wreck. Oh, man. Dustin Scruggs had such a good...
17 of Brandon Bullock is smoking. I know there's another truck. Where is it? Another truck is smoking right now. The 11 of Dustin Scruggs. Oh, man.
Scruggs here just wasn't expecting someone to be right there, and he got pushed, turned sideways, went up the track. Michael McKinnon was involved, and the 24, the 8, the 17, maybe some people back here possibly got involved because of it, but that's a tough finish there for Dustin Scruggs. Just his race is over off of one little mistake. I don't believe Bradley Wilson's actually would be happy about that, because he didn't get to make the pass on Chris Cinnamon.
No, and Bradley's probably wanting this win so badly now, and especially with that happening with his cautions coming out. Laps her.
Oh, Brandon Bullock just he saw the gap, went for it, and just ran out. That gap closed right as he got there. That's, man, early finishes just so close to the end, and to end like that is, I don't even want to know how they feel. That's tough. We have 9 laps to go, and we're gonna hopefully finish off this race after these short messages. You're watching Racecraft TV. And welcome back to Racecraft TV, where we're watching the Triple M Pulling Truck Series. Chris Cinnamon with very few laps to go. I believe we're gonna go. We don't have a green light checker. This is not gonna take up one of them yet. We might have, we're gonna have 5 laps to go as soon as we go green. Bradley Wilson, from the outside looking in, that's he's got a lot of pressure there to just run run where he's got to be. He's been dominating all race. He's won the first 2 stages, but can he bring it home where it matters? Chris Cinnamon's been on this. Yeah, he's been on these tires for 62 laps, whereas Wilson's only been on them for 16.
This is
Race
insane.
starts off. Chris Cinnamon. Oh, he's going early, but
Green, green, green.
Bradley Wilson just not having the opportunity to get there. Gets to the
And-
bottom though. Now he needs to make up a ton of time.
Oh,
Will
he's gonna make up a
come
ton of
out
time.
before he can get there though.
Oh yeah, if he gets there though, it's going to be game on. As
3-4 wide.
Chris Cinnamon is trying to hang on, holding that low line. Bradley Wilson, he's already on the charge, and he's looking on the inside. Swings back up to the outside. 4 laps to go, and oh, Cinnamon had a little bit of a bobble there, but there we go, side by side.
Yeah, that side by side might actually work out for Bradley Wilson, but Chris Cinnamon, does he have the tires to hold it down there? Bradley Wilson sideways. Oh, good save to Nathan Rogie, already looking to the inside. That could be it. That's what Chris Cinnamon wanted to see.
And Bradley Wilson's gonna fall down the third. Here comes Nathan Rauge now on the inside.
All right, man.
Oh,
Caution is
big
out.
Caution
caution!
out. Who has it? Oh, Ben Ganoski. Yeah.
Oh man,
God,
Ganoski, Ben Ganoski again. Oh my goodness.
And just a. Oh, he got that.
Ooh,
That was.
Scott Osmond.
Osmond
boy.
looked like he got turned. I don't know if he just. I don't know. It looked like he just turned up the track.
Oh, big
I'm not,
hit
it's
for
not in my place to say what intentions are, but that was a very interesting turn of events, especially before
yeah,
the.
that got interesting quick.
But that is a break that Chris Cinnamon did not want to see. As Bradley Wilson now has an opportunity to has another chance to go for the win here at Richmond. We're gonna have a green white checkered, and I don't know. Rogie looked very strong coming off that run, and especially seeing that Wilson made a mistake under that heavy pressure trying to get around Cinnamon. Like we said, if you put too much throttle down coming out of that corner, you can just spin around so easily. Curious to see what Chris Cinnamon can do now. It's only a couple laps to.
Yeah, I mean, green, white, checkered. So it's gonna be very tight to see what happens here. And Cinnamon could easily play the game on Wilson again. We saw it earlier, so this could get very, very aggressive, I guess you could say. Because with Wilson on way fresher tires than Cinnamon, we might be seeing a dive bomb.
Dive bomb?
Maybe even 4 wide. Maybe
Dive
5 wide.
You
Granted,
named
I'm
it
over
right there.
exaggerating. But
I've
still,
seen it before, 5 wide. One of those people were actually backwards, but we're not going to talk about that.
Boy.
This is going to turn out very exciting. Chris Cinnamon, this is exactly what he wants to see, though. Just holding that line. He won't have to worry about Bradley Wilson until he hits that white flag, but I do not know how many attempts they actually have at the green white checkered. They have 2 attempts.
2 green, white, checkered. So this will be the first attempt here. And if we do get another yellow flag, if we do get another caution before the white, we will have one more attempt at a green, white, checkered. So very interesting.
Yeah, with Cinnamon's last restart, an entire lap. He's got until that white flag that Wilson has. That big gap from the start, Wilson is going to have to time it as well as he possibly can. The clock's ticking down here for Bradley Wilson, and to have the adrenaline flowing the way that it is for the top 5. Even Keith Bradley, he has an opportunity. We saw Nathan Rogie and Bradley Wilson almost have contact coming out of a corner. So anything could still happen here with these with 2 laps.
Yeah, anything can happen, and I mean, it could be just absolute chaos of what happens. And I mean, I'm expecting it to go to a second green-white checkered. I'm calling it now. You can say I cursed people, but I'm sorry. We're going to a second green-white checkered. The way these guys are running,
I honestly believe that we actually might be able to make it. As the pace car goes down, we have a green-white checkered, but we are green flag racing. Bradley Wilson.
Oh,
Bradley
Nathan
Wilson
Rogie on the inside.
early.
Keith Bradley looking on the inside.
Nathan Rogie already. Oh, Nathan Rogie sideways.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Bradley Wilson.
And oh my goodness,
down, still piling up. Oh, and Tyler Dimmer takes a hop.
Oh,
this changes everything. Keith Bradley now has the opportunity on the outside looking in with that damaged race car in the front. Chose the right lane. They just had nowhere to go. Ooh, and even Taylor Peacock. Oh, man.
That's all I'm going to say.
What? This is...
And we're going to watch the replay of the 4 just taking off before Tyler
here. I do not believe that was all Bradley Wilson's race, and it looked like he just had tried to get that restart, and these cars are still it just bounces up into the air,
just boing.
It's all about the landing, but that's a quick ending there for the race of Tyler Dittmer as well as Bradley Wilson. Just Keith Bradley probably was not expecting everyone to stack up that much into turn 1, and this is exactly what Chris Cinnamon wants to see.
Yep, and
I have no explanation for that. That is the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's very majestic.
I guess you could say I was right.
Yeah, you were right.
As our producer in the background, Austin Knight, is asking if I can predict the numbers for the lottery tonight. Don't blame you there.
Now, Chris Cinnamon still has that lead. He played the right cards when he came to that green-white checker, and I do believe this is the last attempt. So, after the green flag,
and
the next
74
end it.
Next flag will end it. For this will be the second and final attempt of green-white checkered, and Chris Cinnamon, my goodness, an absolute trooper with those tires. 75 laps on those tires. How in the world have they not exploded on him yet? I want to know. Chris, you have some explaining to do.
Yeah, I'm definitely calling some hacks on that one. No, I'm just kidding. Chris Cinnamon, though, he's knows how to race this. He's raced this pit strategy perfect. He's in the lead with only a few laps to go, and this green-white checkered can is going to determine a lot. That we've seen time and time again as well that the leader has so much advantage when it comes to taking off and having the big gap on the second place car. This can change a lot of things, especially with our top competitor, and in fact, my pick for the win tonight. Out of the race and out of the chance for a top 3 finish. That is tough, and even Nate.
And then my pick was, I believe, the 8 of Michael A. Adamson, who's still hanging on to a top 10 position, by the way. Keeping that. And so very, very impressive. And Keith Bradley holding on the second. And this is going to get interesting here on this restart.
Keith Bradley has been strong all night. He's held that second spot down right behind Bradley Wilson. But now that Bradley Wilson's out of the picture, Chris Cinnamon is the only person he's got to pass.
Yeah,
He can
and
make it happen.
And it can easily be made happen here as we are getting into 3. Pace car getting ready to turn off a 4. One more time. Final green-white checkered. Chris Cinnamon is waiting. He guns it.
Green, green, green.
And green flag is out for the final chance of the green-white checkered. And Taylor Peacock looking on the inside. Chris Cinnamon already got a truck length on both of them as they're going side by side into turn 2.
I do believe Taylor Peacock, he was involved in something earlier, but look at this side-by-side action all the way down the field. Keith Bradley really pushing it here.
Oh, Michael McKinnon gets turned.
All right, man,
Michael
caution
McKinnon
is
gets
out.
turned.
Caution's out.
Big crash behind.
That is not what Keith Bradley wanted to see. He had the opportunity, but Michael McKinnon, our pole sitter.
And Chris Cinnamon wins this race on probably now 80 lap old tires as there goes Taylor Peacock and Keith Bradley giving Chris Cinnamon a nice little bump there for the congrats on the win. And my goodness, what?
Oh man. Oh big. Oh man, they were 3 wide back there when it came to Michael McKinnon. That is a tough break for our pole sitter.
Chris Cinnamon crosses the line. Your winner tonight. Chris Cinnamon, Keith Bradley, and Taylor Peacock round out your top 3. Boy, what a finish.
And Chris Cinnamon,
Michael McKinnon gets turned. Someone is not happy. Oh boy.
I do believe.
Oh wait,
after
no,
race,
Michael McKinnon. He comes. Huge retaliation. Wait, what? Okay, never
believe
mind.
this
That
was
was a
just
swing and
like-
miss. Oh! And McKinnon missed on hunting down.
And Nathan Rogie just said, you know what? Why not?
Interesting. Yeah, apparently Castleberry had a target on his back, and okay. Well, that was a interesting way to finish this, as Chris Cinnamon is burning it down over in the start-finish line. What a race for Chris Cinnamon.
What? Oh, Bradley Wilson. Tough finish there. Chris Cinnamon taking off this win. I don't even know. Bradley Wilson, he had this race and just was taken from him. That happens though. That's crazy. And here's the race results. We have in first Chris Cinnamon, your winner. He's a privateer. Mission 1 Esports, Keith Bradley in second. Taylor Peacock, another privateer, in third. Clint Castleberry, Nathan Rogie, Robert Richards, Stephen Thomas, Cody Knott, Joey Doucette, and Zach Adams rounding out your top 10. Bradley Wilson, Stephen Gregory, Jonathan Munda, Ben Ganoyski, Jeff Sickles, Jesse Schrage, Logan Quinn, Michael McKinnon is just 18th there, and then Mike Adamson, Eric Zimmerman, Tyler Daniels, Tyler Dittmer, Lance Miller, Scott Osment, Brandon Bullock, Dustin Scruggs, Dane Hagan, and Dan Gallant. Blake Lothian with a very good run, and Dale Adamson. Blake Lothian, he had a run, that was for sure, but just caught up in something early, can end your race early, as we saw here. We're here actually with your leader, your winner, Chris Cinnamon. How are you doing? How do you feel?
Oh, I'll take that win. I think a little luck at the end there, but I'll take it for sure.
Yeah, Chris, you got to tell me what made you decide to stay out on those almost 88 lap old tires.
One thing was the caution laps on the tires, and then the caution before that. I thought there was 10 cars. I already got tires, so I thought there'd be a bigger gap between me and the guys with the new tires. When I found out there was only 4 or 5 cars, I thought it was sitting duck.
Hey, you had Keith Bradley coming down your sights, but turns out he just had unfortunate events happen. What you got to walk us through what you saw in that Keith Bradley gets sent. You just have that clean air. I don't know.
Clean saving tires a bit at the beginning, and a little bit of luck with the cautions, I think.
Those cautions did come in handy towards the end, but I believe our whole top three, you were involved in an incident pretty early on. I think what happened, I think you slid out or got tapped at one point.
I was taking her easy into turn 1, and I got tagged in the back end, and I don't know if you guys caught it on the broadcast there, but I had downshift to third gear and just matted to keep that thing off the wall, and I lucked out. There was very minimal damage there.
Yeah, it was a good save indeed. But before, congratulations first off, and before I let you go, is there anyone you want to thank?
Hey, like always, you guys up in the booth, Triple N pulling. My teammate Ben there helped me out, and I think it was a great race. Hopefully, we'll clean it up, a little less cautions next time.
Yeah, that was awesome. All right, well, it was nice talking. It was nice talking to you, Chris, and now standing by with Tyler, Keith Bradley. Keith Bradley
Yeah.
from second place.
Yep, I'm with Keith Bradley, and Keith, oh my goodness, that was I know that was a heart stopper there for you. I mean, what was just your reaction when knowing you had to go up against one of the huge leaders of the entire race of Bradley Wilson, and then just the absolute carnage that ensued?
I mean, I'm not even really sure what to think about it. It just couldn't get in a rhythm. Too many yellows, too many mistakes by everybody. But I mean, I guess it's racing.
Yeah, and with that damage you had earlier, getting caught up in the incident, just what was your game strategy going in after that incident where you had that front end damage? Were you trying to play it more conservatively, or were you trying to still keep it the same, especially with this being a short track circuit?
Well, short track position's key, and I wasn't trying to fix it, so I more or less decided I'm just gonna run it, see where it gets me, and if I have to fix it because I'm down on power or don't have much speed, then so be it. I just didn't want to get stuck in the back and try to find my way back to the front.
Well, great racing again, Keith. I know you would have loved to get that first place, but I mean, especially after having a fight with Bradley for the longest time, I know you definitely got some shout outs. I'm going to hand it off to you real quick.
Yeah, for sure. I really want to thank Bill Lester for coming on board and allowing me to promote his book tonight, and hopefully we can build a good relationship and move forward with it. And then thank Michael McKinnon for putting it on, you guys, and everybody that shows up every night.
Absolutely, again, and love the paint scheme, by the way, for Bill Lester for his upcoming book as well. And great race again, Keith, as well, and we wish you luck next week.
Thank you.
And Peyton, I know you're with third place finisher of Taylor Peacock, as I know he had a absolute wild event tonight.
Yeah, standing by here with Taylor. How are you doing after that top three finish there?
I'm doing awesome. That was quite eventful, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, we saw all these different strategies come out. Did you have a strategy going into this race here at Richmond?
Nothing besides survive and hammer down.
Yeah, we did see you get turned earlier in the race, got stuck because of someone dive bombing you, and to come back like that and pull off a podium finish is definitely great. Would you walk us through what went through your mind when you got turned?
Nothing. It's racing. A lot of people were mad and not very happy and crying, but I mean, it's racing.
Yes, racing indeed. It does happen at short tracks a lot. Those tight corners and all that can add up to a lot, but to pull off a third after coming back and to survive those last laps carnage from people wrecking, did you come into this expecting to pull off a top three?
Yeah, Richmond's a good track for me. I like all the short tracks. I expected to do good. I knew going into it anything can happen, and when I got turned, I wasn't surprised at all. Put the head down and keep driving.
Yes, you did work out for you, and in the end, you pulled off a podium finish, and that caution didn't come out, you might have had an opportunity to go even further. But before I let you go, is there anyone you want to thank?
Just you guys for broadcasting the race, Mike for hosting NASRA, and brother racing, my teammates Zach and Steven. That's it.
That's awesome, Taylor. Well, congratulations on your top 3 finish. But now that we finished this race, like I said, it was a good amount of racing. You guys out there watching, that was awesome racing. This is Racecraft TV, and thank you for watching. I've been joined by Tyler Vickery here for tonight's race, and in the broadcast booth or production booth is Austin Knight, and this is Racecraft TV. Messed that up.
This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.